That's my understanding. I'm going to introduce him, open up and introduce him. I'll swing back around on that side.
Excuse me. Good afternoon. Thank you for being here. I want to begin by thanking our excellent team. The members of my cabinet and senior staff have been working hard preparing for extreme weather. Beginning tomorrow, the entire state of Maryland is expected to experience severe winter weather. This will include very heavy snow, high winds with gusts up to 50 miles an hour, and frigid temperatures. This is predicted to be the worst storm our state has seen since Snowmageddon in 2010. Most of Maryland can expect at least 1 to 2 feet of snow, with the possibility of up to 3 feet in some areas of Western Maryland. Our first and main priority is keeping Marylanders safe and making sure they understand that all levels of government are working together to respond to this weather system. To help keep our citizens safe, moments ago, I signed an executive order declaring a state of emergency in Maryland, which goes into effect at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. I want all Marylanders to know that their state is ready and working together to respond effectively. My staff, as well as the professionals here at MEMA, the Department of Transportation, and other state and local governments, are in direct contact, have been closely monitoring the situation, and will continue doing so going forward. MEMA has been actively coordinating with the National Weather Service and working with local officials to ensure they have the resources they need. The State Highway Administration will be pre-treating all major highways starting today through tomorrow before the snow starts. Statewide, SHA has 2,700 pieces of equipment that will be deployed and is ready with 365,000 tons of salt to battle the storm. And for those people who run into trouble on the highways, in addition to state law enforcement and the National Guard, SHA will have another 49 emergency response vehicles. The Maryland State Police are reassigning troopers to road patrol duties at all 23 barracks and assigning troopers to local emergency operations centers in each county to ensure prompt assistance to local authorities. Our military assets are ready to act before the storm hits, and Major General Linda Singh is already preparing to mobilize the National Guard. We've been in touch with utility companies. We anticipate the heavy, wet snow could result in downed trees and disrupted power lines, with the potential for considerable power outages. All modes of transportation are expected to be affected, with the potential for widespread disruption and delay. The Department of Health and Mental Hygiene is working closely with nursing homes, assisted living centers, hospitals, and dialysis centers to ensure that patients continue to have access to care and medications. The Maryland Department of Human Resources is prepared to support mass care and sheltering throughout the state, coordinating with groups like the American Red Cross. The Governor's Office of Community Initiatives will be working with the private sector to provide donations and support to those most in need, and will assist local communities in the distribution process. At my direction, our state is taking every precaution, coordinating all available resources to prepare to clear the roads, manage incidents, and prepare and recover from this storm. Now, no snow is expected today or tonight, but I urge all Marylanders to take action now and prepare before this severe weather strikes. Make sure you have food and supplies at home, not just to last for the weekend, but enough to last up to an entire week. Make sure your cell phones are charged and make sure you have batteries. I want to stress that it's important to use common sense. Once the storm begins tomorrow, if you don't have to drive, don't drive. If you don't have to leave your home, don't. Stay inside and allow our road crews to do their work, to clear the highways. Staying safe and staying informed is one of the best ways to stay safe. So I encourage everyone to watch their local news broadcasts or check the MEMA website at mema.maryland.gov for the most up-to-date information. And as always, if you have an emergency, call 911. I know that Marylanders will do what Marylanders always do, and that is to look after one another. If you have elderly neighbors, please check in on them. Make sure that they know there are people they can contact if the need arises. Helping your neighbors also helps our first responders. The state is prepared to do everything it can to be ready for this storm. But I want to be clear, our entire state is expected to be hit by very severe weather. Our focus will be on clearing all of the main state highways, but a great deal will also be demanded of local authorities in the coming days. They will almost certainly be overwhelmed by the amount of snow and the effects of this storm. It could take days or even up to a week for them to dig out all local roads. I ask Marylanders to be prepared and to be patient in the days ahead. I can assure you that our state will do everything it can to respond quickly, effectively, and efficiently to this major storm event. Thank you, and I'd be happy to take any questions.
Governor, can you talk a bit about what you have available with snow plows, salt trucks, that sort of thing?
I'll let Secretary Pete Ron of the Department of Transportation address that issue.
Thank you, Governor. We have 2,700 pieces of equipment available for this coming snow event. That includes snow plows, dump trucks, road graders. We have every piece of equipment available to us throughout MDOT available to address this event.
Any other questions?
Could you also talk about last evening, a lot of motorists had trouble getting home. Could you talk about the preparation in regards to last evening?
Well, I can tell you that I expressed my frustration this morning to our staff and to the Department of Transportation. I'll let Secretary Ron tell you some of the reasons and some of the issues and what happened last night.
Thank you, Governor. We very much understand the governor has high expectations of our performance and the performance of all departments. What we experienced last evening from this snow event was nowhere near what the forecast had been for weather in Maryland. Once we recognized that it was different than had been forecast, we mobilized, had over 400 additional pieces of equipment out to address the issue, and as we know, today is now clear.
Other questions? Anybody? All right, thank you very much for coming.
I'm sorry? The PAO.